Welcome to Mystery of the Soul. I'm your co-host Leo, a psychic medium, a Reiki master, an EFT tapping practitioner, and a shaman. I'm joined by my good friend Julia, a doctor of physical therapy, yoga instructor, and Reiki master. Our podcast explores the depth of the soul, the spiritual, and the supernatural.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Mystery of the Soul. I'm Julia, and I'm here with Leo.
Hi.
And we just wanted to take a couple of moments to really have a quick recap of our last session with Dr. Kristen Poe, who is a dear friend of mine. She is the founder of Poe Holistic Health. For anyone who hasn't listened yet, I would highly recommend going back and taking a listen to the conversation that we had and some of the things that we chat about. Kristen is a wealth of knowledge. She's a functional health and naturopathic doctor, and she is a recent author. Her book, Health Boss, which we discussed, is also out and available. And she's a sexologist. And, we were chatting, Leo and I, that we really didn't dive into that aspect of Kristen's work. We had so many wonderful things to discuss.
Right.
And that was just one of the things that we ran out of time. But I think, Kristen shared so many wonderful things just about her own journey and some of the things that have helped her really kind of figure out and navigate where she wants to go and what she wants to do in a very successful practice that she has. But, how can you bring in more of that spiritual aspect of life and our soul's existence here? And, she had that experience with a Native American shaman, and you guys really listen, because it was absolutely incredible to hear her talk about that with us. And I think that that's something that's going to have a huge impact on how she's able to just further touch people's lives with the things that she does. I know, Leo, you and I have talked about, we definitely want to have her back
Absolutely.
on the show. And I think just to have more of a discussion about what she does with sexology, because that is a big part of our way of living.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I think, how that affects us mentally, how that affects us emotionally. And it's not just about intimacy. It's about really connecting with who we are, changing how we communicate with ourselves, finding ways that are healthy to communicate with ourselves, and kind of break down some of the societal norms or expectations that live around us. So I know, Leo, we've chat about, it would be fantastic to have her back on the show.
And a little teaser, it's in the works. She has another book coming.
Yeah.
But I know next time we have her back, we'll have a lot to talk about. And I know she'll throw us some teasers with what's to come.
Absolutely. And I think this is a really great segue into who we have upcoming on our show. And Leo, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about our next guest?
Yeah, so we recently interviewed Lexi Faith. She's from California. And I would say she uses creative expression to help people connect on a soul level with themselves and help them kind of learn how to, I guess, tap into their own inner being, and uses the creative expression, whether we're talking about art, writing, whatever it may be to that particular person, to kind of uncover what's blocking them, holding them back, I guess, right?
Yeah, and I would say one of the things that we had as a kind of discussion was, how do you tap into your creativity and intuition? Because they're really, I think, what she had kind of expressed is there are superpowers. So, she was looking to share with everybody about how you can utilize these superpowers to really transform your relationships or even have a positive effect on your mental health or your career. And so I think that having her background in sociology and nonprofits and creativity and creative direction, that we are very excited about sharing and having her share so much more about what she does. I know it was a learning experience for me. I love when people have something significant to add, and I also like knowing where I maybe don't have the exact information about something and I'm learning about it beyond where my capacity is, because that I think helps to bring us kind of to that next level. I know there were a couple of things that I said and she was like, "Well, I actually have something more to share on that." And
Mm-hmm.
personally, I love that, because how else do you grow, right?
Yeah, she gave the analogy during the interview about like a river, and like the river with rocks going around, finding a way around. And she's very solution oriented and kind of doesn't accept that there's not a way to get to where we need to go. And so she is someone is very out of the box thinking.
And I think that that's something that really spoke deeply to me, because I know that I do share in that interview. One of the things that my grandmother has been saying since I
Mm-hmm.
was a very little girl is there are no problems, there are only solutions. And one of the power words that I like to use with even my own patients is, okay, we're not there yet. Yet is, I think, a very powerful word. It leaves room for anything to happen, right?
Right.
Like it doesn't again put that box. And I know that's something that Kristen's talked about, is not being stuck inside that box, and Lexi shared about ways to kind of get out of that box.
Right.
um so I think that having Lexi share some of what she's experienced, sharing, she's also got a book. It seems like
Mm-hmm.
we've got lots of authors
Coming.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's also got a book, so I know she's talking about that in the interview. And the other piece of it is this is going to be a great way to kind of dive into a little bit more about sexuality. And again, where that river's going to flow back,
Mm-hmm.
having Kristen back on sometime, hopefully this fall, early
Mm-hmm.
fall,
Mm-hmm.
and diving back into a little bit more about the connection from her aspect and from her work as well. So lots of exciting things.
A lot of stuff coming.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, is there anything else we need to say, Julia?
I think that the only thing that you guys are ever going to hear me say is definitely listen to the episodes, because really we have some very, very amazing guests. There's a lot of soul searching. There are a lot of ways that people are trying to find a way to just bring more information, more insight to our listeners. And they, I think, just have such an amazing way about them. I'm constantly in awe of these people surrounding us, Leo.
We're always learning.
Yeah. And I love that we're sharing that with all of you guys. So please, if there are topics that you guys are interested in, or if you think you have somebody that would be a fantastic guest, please have them go on to mysteryofthesoul.com. They can fill out a guest application. And we'd be happy to talk to them and just kind of find out, what's their story, because there's so much power that can be even just in sharing stories and, giving information that way. Um, so yeah, I would say if you know anybody, anything that you want specifically, talk to us, because we are here for you guys for sure.
Absolutely. So I would just say, guys, stay tuned for Lexi's interview coming. and we will talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening to Mystery of the Soul. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you have a question, topic suggestion, or just want to say hi, we'd love to hear from you. You can visit our website at mysteryofthesoul.com. Reach us on Instagram, email us at mysteryofthesoulpodcast@gmail.com, and if you're interested in booking a session with Leo, visit his website at leojmccarthy.com.